LeBron, what's your decision?
In the summer of 2010, the basketball world was turned upside down. LeBron James, the most hyped player in a generation, left Cleveland in a nationally televised special to join forces with Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami.
Not 5, not 6, not 7.
Their goal, not 1, not 2, not 3, championships. The Heat instantly became the NBA's villain. Super team status achieved. Critics and fans alike believed they were unbeatable. Meanwhile, in Dallas, a team led by an aging German superstar quietly continued its preparations for another long season. No parades, no promises, no hype, just work. The Mavericks, long considered playoff underachievers, were about to rewrite their own legacy and, in the process, humble the league's most celebrated collection of talent. This is the story of how grit, strategy, and sheer belief toppled one of the most powerful teams ever assembled. The rise of the Heat. By the start of the 2010 to 2011 season, all eyes were on Miami. The Big Three, LeBron James, Dwyane Wade, and Chris Bosh, were expected to win it all. How could they not? They had youth, athleticism, and a roster built for speed and spacing. Despite some early season struggles and chemistry concerns, the Heat finished with a strong 58-24 record, second in the East. They dominated the playoffs, storming past the Sixers, crushing the Celtics, and dispatching the Bulls. LeBron looked like a man on a mission, especially when he shut down MVP Derrick Rose in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were playing their best basketball at the perfect time. The script was writing itself, until Dallas walked in. The forgotten contenders, Dallas had been here before, many times in fact. For over a decade, Dirk Nowitzki had been one of the league's most consistent and underrated stars. But he had a reputation he couldn't shake: soft, unable to win the big one. Haunted by the 2006 finals collapse against Miami, where Dallas blew a 2-0 lead. But this 2011 team was different. It wasn't just Dirk. It was Jason Kidd, the veteran point guard who still had elite court vision. It was Tyson Chandler, anchoring the defense. Jason Terry, the sixth man with a killer instinct. Sean Marion, the ultimate glue guy. And J.J. Barea, the 5'10 spark plug who somehow always got to the rim. They finished the regular season 57-25, third in the West. No one believed in them. They were older, slower, too methodical. They heard it all. The road to redemption. In the playoffs, Dallas began surprising everyone. They handled Portland in 6. Then came the two-time defending champion Lakers, swept in 4 games. Just like that, the Mavericks were no longer a footnote. They were a threat. In the Western Conference Finals, they met the Oklahoma City Thunder, a team powered by Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Youth versus experience. The Mavericks won in 5. Dirk was playing the best basketball of his life, focused, fierce, unstoppable. And then came the finals, against the team that had humiliated them 5 years earlier, the team that celebrated before winning, the team everyone had already crowned. Game 1. Business as usual. Miami took Game 1. It was clinical. The Heat looked bigger, faster, and more aggressive. LeBron and Wade dazzled. The Mavericks looked tired, overmatched. The media began writing the eulogy. But Game 2 would change everything. Game 2, the turning point midway.
Scored 6 straight, 14 now from Terry. They've got it back down to single digits, a 9-point game. Bosh knocked away by Kidd. Still Miami ball, they've got 5 to shoot. Game 1 was close down the stretch. It was a 4-point game with under 4 remaining. And again, the Heat turned it up defensively.
Through the fourth quarter, Miami was up 88-73. The game felt over. Wade hit a 3, turned to Dallas's bench and posed. A moment of arrogance, a moment the Mavericks would never forget. Something snapped. Dallas responded with a furious 22-5 run.
8 straight points now. The crowd's got a little quiet here.
Now it boils down to, can you get stopped?
Dirk, despite a torn tendon in his finger, scored the game winner with his offhand. Dallas stole the game in Miami. The series was tied, and the Mavericks had life, games 3 and 4. The heart of a champion, back in Dallas, Game 3 was a nail-biter. Miami won, but just barely. Dallas had answers. They were close. Game 4 saw Dirk battling a fever over 101 degrees. He was sick, shivering, exhausted. But he fought through it. He scored 21, including a late-game dagger. Dallas evened the series 2-2. Afterward, LeBron and Wade mocked Dirk's illness.
Slip. Marion out to Terry. Shot clock down to 6. Terry, a contested shot. Chalmers nails it and got it off in time. James again on the drive. Chalmers sets for 3.
Pretending to cough as they passed reporters. That immaturity would come back to haunt them. Game 5. The Jet takes off. Game 5 belonged to Jason Terry. Nicknamed the Jet, he had taken LeBron's dismissiveness personally. Terry exploded for 21 points, including clutch shots in the fourth quarter. J.J. Barea dominated the paint. Dirk stayed steady. Dallas took a 3-2 lead back to Miami. The Heat were now officially on the brink. Game 6, the final blow on June 12, 2011, the Mavericks closed it out. Dirk struggled early but came alive late, scoring 21. Jason Terry was magnificent again with 27 points. The Mavericks controlled the game from the second quarter on. LeBron disappeared. Critics pointed out his poor fourth-quarter performances throughout the series. He looked hesitant, passive. The Heat looked rattled. The Mavericks looked destined. When the final buzzer sounded, Dirk wept as he walked off the court. He didn't celebrate right away. He needed a moment. It had taken him 13 years, and now finally he was a champion. Legacy defined that win didn't just give Dallas a title, it gave them validation. Dirk shed the label of being soft. Kidd finally got his ring. Chandler earned respect. Terry silenced doubters. Carlisle coached a masterpiece. And the Mavericks' zone defense? A bold move by Carlisle, it confused Miami. The Heat never adjusted. The Mavericks used brains, experience, and belief. They won with execution, with trust, with heart. Meanwhile, Miami had to regroup. They would go on to win titles in 2012 and 2013. But in 2011, they were humbled. And the world saw that talent alone isn't enough. Why it still resonates. Years later, fans still point to the 2011 finals as a masterclass in team basketball. A reminder that chemistry matters, that belief matters, that redemption is real. Dirk became a legend that night, not because he was flashy, but because he never gave up. His quiet, fierce dedication won over everyone. Even Heat fans had to respect it. And in a league full of egos and super teams, the Mavericks title remains one of the most beloved stories in NBA history, the purest form of victory. If you've ever doubted the underdog, if you've ever been told you're too old, too slow, too late, remember the 2011 Dallas Mavericks. They beat the odds, they silenced the doubters, and they gave us one of the greatest stories in sports history. If this inspired you, hit like. Drop a comment about your favorite moment from that series. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories where heart beats hype and passion writes history. Because sometimes the ones they laugh at are the ones who laugh last.